अपना गोल्ड मनप्पुरम लॉकर में रखो। सब लोग ऐसा स्मार्ट बनो, कहीं किधर भी स्मार्ट बन जाए।
मनप्पुरम ऑनलाइन गोल्ड लोन स्मार्ट है।
Unique Times, Premium Business Lifestyle Magazine.
Pegasus Global Private Limited. Team Pegasus is all set to demonstrate our commitment to the society when it comes to women empowerment. So now to inaugurate this momentous day dedicated entirely to women's empowerment, I am honored to invite our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Jiji Mammen, onto the stage, please. Welcome, sir. He is the new Executive Director and CEO of Sa-Dhan. He brings over 36 years of experience in microfinance and rural development, formerly Managing Director of Manappuram and founding CEO of Mudra. He holds advanced degrees in agriculture and law and is a certified associate of the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. Let's give him a round of applause. Welcome, sir. And together with him, I would also love to invite on stage Mrs. Japita Ajit, the Managing Director of Pegasus, Dr. Thomas Varghese, Dr. Fatima Nilufar Sharif, the founder and CEO of Therefore I Am, Mrs. Nasneen Jahangi, the CEO, Nest Digital, Parveen Hafiz, the Chairperson and Managing Director, Sunrise Group of Hospital, Ms. Devika Shreyams Kumar, Director Operations, Madhurabhumi Group, Dr. Lakshmi Nair, the Director, Center for Advanced Legal Studies, Dr. Radha Tevanur, the Director and Group Director, SCMS Group of Educational Institutions, Advocate Annalinda Eden, High Court of Kerala, Dr. Elizabeth Chacko, the Managing Director, Kalpana International Salon and Spa, Pissy Boss, the Director, Osaka Air Travels, Girija Setunath, Malayalam writer, Deepthi Vijay Kumar, the Managing Director, Aishwarya OOH Media Honors Private Limited, and we have Preeti Parakar, the Managing Director, Parakar Jewels. Let's now commence the proceedings with a beautiful and symbolic ceremony. Let's light the lamp. If I could request Jiji Mammen sir to please come forward to speak to the audience.
A very good morning to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's really an honor for me to be here to commemorate a day to celebrate the success of women. In fact, we know that women constitute around 48% of our population and it's almost at par with men. But still, we find a big gap between the men and the women as far as the socio-economic conditions are concerned. We have seen a lot of, if you see the various socio-economic parameters, there is a huge difference between men's position and the women. Whether it is literacy, whether it is economic conditions, or ownership to property, ownership to assets, there is a huge difference. This is in a country where we worship female gods. Lakshmi, Saraswati, Kali, Durga, everybody we worship. Mother Mary we revere. There are women saints whom we revere. But in spite of all these things, the social conditions, the economic conditions of the women are far behind the men. Why is it so? And how do we bridge this gap? It's not that there is no law which support or protect the women. There are several, even Constitution itself, Article 14, provide for equal rights for men, equal rights for everyone, men and women, anybody. There are specific, like Article 15 specifically empowers women. In spite of all these things, there are acts, there are special acts which supports the women's protection. In spite of all these things, this gap is existing. How can we bridge this gap? It's only through empowerment. And how this empowerment comes? Empowerment can be social, economical, psychological, political, but the most important, I would say, it's economical. If you have to economically empower the women, you need to educate the women, you need to support them with financial independence. And how do you get the financial independence? You need to have the financial strength to have financial position to have the independence. It's only possible if somebody is working when somebody is employed, earning, there's a financial independence to them. But is it possible for everyone to get jobs? Is it possible for everyone to be employed? It may not be possible. That is where the entrepreneurship comes. It is by self-employment you can attain self-reliance, financial independence. And we have seen in India, there are several successful stories of women entrepreneurs who have excelled well. I'm really honored to be here as part of this. And let me tell you, for me, women empowerment has been my part of my career. Whether I was in NABARD, when I spent around 36, 37 years in NABARD. I had been working for the self-help group movement. In fact, in 1992, when NABARD initiated the self-help bank linkage program, it was first of its kind. And then we have seen how that self-help group movement has progressed over the years. Today, there are more than around 70 lakh SHGs have been linked to the banks, and around 90 million households have been linked to the banks. Subsequent to my NABARD life, when I moved into the microfinance sector, whether it was in the Mudra, when I headed the Mudra as a first CEO, or subsequently when I headed one of the microfinance institutions of the NABARD called NAFINS, or the present assignment after post-NABARD, I have taken up the present assignment as a CEO of Sa-Dhan, which is a network of microfinance institution. In all these areas, our focus is women. Women is the front of the entire development program we are carrying out. So I am part of this whole movement right from my early days in my career, and it still continues. I really feel it's a privilege. I compliment and congratulate everyone who is here to celebrate this day. So my congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much, and have a great day today. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your insights and wonderful words, sir. Pleasure having you aboard. Even if women have been conquering milestones, we have been conquering milestones, of course. But at the same time, we're also facing tribulations in our lives. Good health is unquestionably one of the key points of a happy life. But in the near past, women worldwide have been facing one of the vital illness, breast cancer. And as a part of it, and to address the critical issue of breast cancer, which continues to affect countless lives, we have the honor of welcoming Dr. Thomas Varghese, the esteemed head of the cancer department at St. Joseph Hospital. Dr. Thomas will share his valuable insights and knowledge through a keynote speech aimed at shedding light on the latest advancement in treatment options and the vital importance of ongoing awareness. This initiative is a part of broader commitment to educate and empower women, equipping them with necessary information to proactively manage their health.
Good morning to all the dignitaries who are assembled here. Special thanks to Ajit for including such a topic, which usually brings in sad stories in the opening, as an opening speech itself. But let's look at the positive strokes that are important for us to realize how important today the issue of malignancy as a whole and breast cancer so specific. Now, if you look in the scenario of economics, 3-4 days ago, Times of India carried an article which tells 5.6 billion rupees are lost to the country with just one cancer, that is head and neck cancer. Then you can imagine breast cancer being the commonest cancer among the women, and it is one of the commonest killer in the world today. How important it is to us, all the women. Mind you, men also can get breast cancer. India is an emerging power economically. But if one cancer can produce a loss of 5.6 billion, how much money will be lost when all the cancers are put together? And every cancer in the world are increasing. Kerala being number 2 in the total incidence of cancer in India, thanks to the development, thanks to the economical development. We assume Western lifestyle and changing from the traditional way of life, and more women are coming into the white-collar jobs. In fact, women are the fulcrum of the family. They spend extra 8 hours for the family, but not paid. And so the whole scenario of white-collar job, change in dietary habits, and as you know, hormone estrogen is the number 1 causative factor for breast cancer. Obviously, all women have got estrogen. So there are issues which we address as positive strokes in how to manage this deadly cancer. Mind you, apart from genital cancers like uterine cancer, cervix cancer, ovarian cancer, which are all on the rise, and alarming increase. Apart from all these things, today women are coming with lung cancer, non-smokers, and so common today, so is gastric cancer, colon cancer, and even tongue cancer. So therefore, there is a total scenario, change in scenario of the cancer incidence in the country or in the world. So what is so important about breast cancer? That is my topic. So I am not going to harp on other subjects. Way back in 1996, I came back from my training from Tata Memorial Cancer Hospital, Bombay. For about 10 years I was there, and I joined Kolanjeri Medical Mission Hospital or Medical College. And then I moved on to Lakeshore Hospital as the head of the Department of Cancer Division. After 11 years, I joined Renai Medicity as the head of the department. And currently, after 10 years, I moved to Manyamal Hospital. You must be knowing Manyamal, boys. The place, exactly same place. There's a hospital which is more than a century old, established in 1888. We are going ahead with a supra-major hospital, about 1,000-bedded, with all super specialities, and going to cater to the common man of the state and India as a whole. So now, why is it so important about breast cancer? As you know, breasts are the symbol of femininity. And you can imagine the psychological trauma that a woman is going to face when the sad story is going to come out that you may have to lose your breast for treating breast cancer. So this is an important message for all of us. When beauty is linked to a cancer, the loss is like an organ. So therefore, we must understand that when the world changed and more incidents in cancer came, so also developments occurred in the field of basic science in oncology, and so many newer developments appeared in the world. So those tumors which were thought to be incurable are currently taken into as curable cancers because of the changes and understanding and gene analysis and so on and so forth. So that makes the world a different world for us to live in. So what is the most important message that we should take forward? That breast cancer is also a preventable disease. That every woman should realize. They change their lifestyle. If they are able to change their dietary habits, if they are able to reduce the fat in the body, if they are able to readjust their dietary habits, and as I said in the beginning, woman is the fulcrum of the family. Therefore, the entire health of the family, as per Kerala standard or an Indian standard, remains in the hands of the woman who makes the decisions in the kitchen. So cancer prevention starts in the kitchen. And there we have to understand what dietary interventions we should do and how to detect cancer early. And breast cancer is one cancer which can be picked up by the patient even before it becomes a big issue to the woman. That's called self-examination. In those who are menstruating or premenopausal women, breast examination is done in the mid-cycle and not immediately pre or post-menstruation. Those who attain menopause, any day is a convenient day in a month. So self-examination as per world standards and world data can detect more than 60 to 70% of the malignancy in the early stage, which means curable. So how to bring more women into curative level? And that is the most important thing. Similarly, there's a screening program called mammography, and that can detect the disease more than 90% of the situation, 90 to 95%. So it is mandatory for women above the age of 30 to undergo examinations. If required, mammography, but usually mammography is advised above the age of 40 to 45. When the estrogen level goes down, the breast assumes a different shape, and then mammography becomes more accurate. Before that, we have got latest developments in ultrasound scans, known as 3D ultrasound, and so many advancements in the world. So this is one cancer preventable and treatable. What is the treatment part? Gone are the days of mastectomy or chopping woman's breast out. Today is the era of breast reconstructions, breast oncoplastic surgery, which means you give back the breast, what is God has given, in the same way, in size, shape, texture, in sensations, the same way that God has given through modern techniques. And that is what we are practicing in Manappuram Hospital. And that is a revolutionary change. We can do all these things, provided there is an element of caution, there is an element of watchfulness, there is an element of self-discipline, where it is mandatory for every woman, at least minimum, to undergo a self-examination. Mind you, in the olden times, when we talk about cancer, there's a disease of old age, whereas now it's a disease of young age. That's the problem. Many women may not have attained their professional level of excellence. They may be on the ladder of climbing up. At that time, we fall prey to a disease like malignancy or cancer. The whole family is shattered, the woman is shattered, and society becomes burdened. So therefore, it is possible, provided there is a mind. Therefore, the mind behind the person decides the success story in malignancy. Early detection save lives, quality of life, cost of treatment. You know that if the disease is advanced, more aggressive treatments, more cost, and more physically damaging treatments. Whereas early detection, organ preservation, preservation of beauty, quality of life, and you become rehabilitated as a fit person to the society to continue with a cure. So therefore, in this first speech and note, I will urge all of you, even those who are having big business firms, to ensure that your women employees are advised to undergo regular screening program. And today, more than 80% of the women in Kerala are employed, either in IT world or in other areas, wherever, which means your employer has got as a duty. That's why Ajit has brought in this big meeting. Most of you who are honored are having some firm or other under your custody. So all your women employees need to be empowered. And that is through giving the awareness and education so that we'll have a bright future, a bright Kerala, and more enterprising results for the future. Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and good luck for this conference.
Well, your words have definitely shed light on the challenges that so many of us women face right now. That was indeed a very, very fruitful keynote speech. Thanking him on all of us behalf. Thank you so much, sir. Without any further ado, I would now love to set the stage for the Manappuram Finance Ltd presents Unique Times Conclave. So, on that thought, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everyone to join us at the Unique Times Conclave 2024 in collaboration with Manappuram Finance Ltd. We'll be discussing the theme Entrepreneurship as a tool for women's empowerment. Let's explore this empowering journey together without further ado. So for that, I would love to invite our esteemed moderator for the group discussion. She is the CEO of Therefore I Am, a pioneering aesthetic and wellness brand. She fused holistic wellness with cosmetology, launching in 2013 as Hair Fair. Advocating eco-responsibility and mental well-being via social media, her brand serves celebrities and aims to establish a research-driven educational institute for beauty and wellness training. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our esteemed moderator, Dr. Fatima Nilufar Sharif.
Thank you for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure. I know there's time restrictions, so I'm going to keep it really short. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to shed light on the transformative power of women entrepreneurship and its profound impact on women empowerment. Women entrepreneurship is not just about starting business. It's been discussed multiple times here. There's been immense challenges and breaking barriers. It's a tough job. So women take that leap. They not only create an economic opportunities for themselves, but also pave the way for greater gender equality and empowerment. Let me tell you why I chose this path. Despite of challenging times, personally and professionally, I still believe in this journey because of the reward it has given me. Like Sir said, financial independence to begin with, control on one's own life. I'm a job creator now and I contribute to the economic growth and prosperity. True happiness of pursuing my passion and ambition. I also believe I stand here today as an example for many, inspiring them to dream big and pursue their goal fearlessly. I'm going to keep it really short. I can go on and on about the contribution and the impact as we entrepreneurs and women CEO has. However, despite the significant strides made in the women entrepreneurship, challenges persist. I have been given a huge task today to be a moderator, and I'm honored to do so with these amazing personalities that I've always personally wanted to interact. I believe in constant learning, and by doing so, I better myself and my business. Today, I'm here not just as a moderator, but also as someone who's going to take back great perspectives from women who have succeeded in different industries. Right from healthcare to information technology and from legal matters, beauty and education and media. Unique Times have indeed got some great ladies on board. I can't wait. So I'm so sorry for those who couldn't make it, as I know this is going to be a very solid one. Let me not keep everyone waiting anymore. Thank you again for this opportunity. I hope I do justice today in being the best and bring out the best relevant topic of discussions. Thank you.
So now the discussion is about to begin, and I'm sure you're going to have a very, very fruitful session. As Doctor suggested, this is going to be super solid. You'll get to know what these women went through, the ordeals they faced, the oceans they crossed. And to join her on stage, I would love to invite Mrs. Nazneen Jahangir, the CEO Nest Digital, Ms. Parveen Hafiz, the Chairperson and Managing Director, Sunrise Group of Hospital, Ms. Devika Shreyams Kumar, the Director Operations, Mathrubhumi Group, Dr. Lakshmi Nair, Director, Center for Advanced Legal Studies, Dr. Radhapi Devanu, Director and Group Director, SEMS Group of Educational Institutions, Advocate Anna Linda Eden, High Court of Kerala, Dr. Elizabeth Chako, the Managing Director, Kalpana International Salon and Spa. They're all a part of the panel discussion.
Hi everyone, it's an honor. I've always wanted to personally meet a couple of them I know, and I've been friends with some. And there's some ice-breaking sessions going on. So to ease out, I have some common questions before I want to specifically discuss individually the challenges each industries face. So beginning with the golden question, what was that one unique challenge that you faced during your initial setup, and what was the mindset you had back then? Not now. You know, we've all mastered the art of problem solving. You know, our capacities have gone up. But I've been very curious to know what was that initial mindset during your, beginning of the journey. Maybe to begin with, Kalpana ma'am.
Yeah, I would say that when I started the parlor, it was all negativity given to me by everybody. So for some time I'll think, my gosh, will it click? I'm spending so much money on this. Will it click or not click, you had that fear. But at the same time, after 5 minutes, I'll have the positive feeling, No, I will do it, Like that went on for some time. But then day one onwards, I told you we had a very good response. So
was it the finance?
I spent a lot of money, but I was scared if the customers don't come or if they don't run the business well,
Return of investment was right. So yes, Nasneen, the second generation. I heard you saying about narcissism and all that, but yes, you can be very specific about it.
I think one thing that was the biggest challenge was like ma'am said, she started writing when she was 18. So being from a Muslim family background, again, I was married very early and I had my first son when I was like 21 years of age. And at that point, my father gave me a question. He asked me, so you are anyway destined to carry on, the generation forward. And at that point, I was very adamant. I only wanted to be a good mother rather than taking up the family business forward. I wanted all my time to be spent with the child. And then he told me one thing, being at home, you can only be changing the life of the one child that you have. But here I'm giving you an opportunity to change the life of 7,000 odd people that will look up to you and this family as their continuity. So I think that's one advice from my father who said, you change when you put your effort and mind into it and the hard work. It changes just the life of people around you. As now we are able to contribute to, among my workforce, I have got 45% of women workforce. So I'm very proud of that. But I think the biggest thing is not setting boundaries for yourself. And when you set self-boundaries, overcoming that becomes even bigger challenge because you as a person has to overcome it. So I believe lower your bars and I think you can jump higher.
Great advice. I think we should probably take a lot of advice from this podium. But coming to you, Parvez ma'am, I think I heard you speaking about you being from North Malabar and your cultural background must have been a challenging, during, I'm sure not now, maybe during your initial times, but has your cultural background influenced your entrepreneurial approach?
See, basically, when I said I'm from North Kerala, but if I can tell you, I come from one of the most progressive families. Yeah, when I went to school, or I grew up with 5 brothers, and I was never ever told that I'm a girl or you cannot do it or absolutely nothing. And I come from a hardcore business family. We are all into plywood. I'm sure you must have heard of my uncle, I think, A.K. Kadragutti, and my mother's side is also, we see business in a nice way in everything. So it is like business is in our blood. So I used to wear skirts above knee to college. I used to jump over the wall for 4 years. I never knew that girls were not supposed to jump walls. I went to SN College, which is a very local college. So there was nothing which we had rules to abide. But other than that, I think even my mother was very progressive in her own sweet, beautiful way. And I think now because of that, I don't have an inhibition, right? Like you're all blessed to come from like excellent backgrounds. Yes, I also come from a big family, but Dr. Hafiz and I started with 2,800 rupees and a passion to work hard. And we've been working hard for 30 years. I'm sure a lot of beautiful people here have the same story to say. I'm sure that your father, your uncle, they also went through the same grind. There's nothing wrong about it. And when I came into the healthcare industry, I said, when I met Dr. Hafiz, it was the most beautiful combination because I love numbers and I love people. So healthcare is the most beautiful thing for me. And I was ready to learn, accept advice and all that. So 30 years I've been there. It has not been a bed of roses. It's not a bed of roses. And I'm sure it's never, ever going to be a bed of roses. That's what. But like I said earlier, I will do it. That's exactly what I said. Nothing's going to kill me. That's what. Thank you.
Coming to you, Devika ma'am. You're the youngest board member of Madhurami, leading media house, as we all know. Has there been any unique challenge when you started off your journey?
Mathrubhumi is a 101-year-old brand. So, I mean, there are a lot of challenges that do come with working for a legacy organization as such. In the sense, like you...
The culture has been...
Yeah, like you said, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest in office, and there are lot of these changes that had to be brought in, and that phase of transformation that was going on. And I was also fairly new. I don't have the experience all the others have, but I think that's what sets it apart for me, because I see things from a very new perspective, not biased at all.
Sometimes that helps us with
Yeah,
bringing on a
gives
younger
you
perspective.
it gives you a completely new outlook. So definitely with those transformations, there are challenges. People take time to accept those changes. It's mainly been that, but then I think the opportunities that I've gotten from working has been truly amazing. I mean, recently I got into the space of hosting a lot of events as well, and I think Kappa is also another brand that I do take care of, and we recently did another event called Culture here in Cochin. So I think we're doing a lot of new things, and it's fun.
I'm sure. Thank you. And Anna, Linda, Eden. You're looking very pretty today. She's a very dear friend. When I was not. As an advocate for justice, how do you perceive the role of legal empowerment in promoting entrepreneurship among women?
Oh, that is not my pick. But being financially independent is something which I have learned from my mom, because I haven't seen my mother asking for pocket money or anything, because she started her own boutique those days, like this I'm talking about 36 years ago. Those days, this boutique is something new, especially for us. Like I hail from Guruvayur. So in Guruvayur, there is no concept like a stitching center run by women, only for ladies and kids. So my mom started that. So this asking for money, for pocket money, for any kind of independence, which I learned from mom. And as a lawyer, I am a late bloomer, I must say, because I'm a software engineer by profession. Then I did branding and communication for Club FM. I have seen you as a small little girl. So I did branding and communication for Club FM, Madhurabhumi's FM radio. Then I moved to Radio Mango. Then I got married. Then soon after marriage, I had my daughter, Clara. So I took a break from my work. It was a little frustrating for me, because the break was like for 3 years or 3.5 years. So I would like to answer the first question. What is your biggest challenge in your life? If you ask me that, my biggest challenge in my life is being Hybie Eden's wife. Why? Because I am always eclipsed by a strong personality, because whatever I do, however I push, even at court, people will say that I am a privileged person. If I present my case very well at court, people will say, you will get an order easily because you are Hybie Eden's wife. So I rather answer that question first. So that's my biggest challenge. But I'm still pushing hard to mark my own identity. And as you said, entrepreneurship, or the financial independence, I rather say, is very, very important for every woman. I must say all of you should have a secret earning and a secret asset. That's all for the day, I think. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Dr. Radha, hi ma'am. Yes, like how you said, we are all those multitaskers. Clearly, I think women here, everyone who succeeded in our own journey, we clearly know the fact that we know the art of balancing. We know the art of prioritizing our pilot tasks and all of that. So, but we clearly have a list of tasks that need to be met, and that clearly requires a multitasking personality and character. So, given your significant experience in academic leadership, how important is it to integrate entrepreneurship education into management and technology curriculum? It's only reason that we started listening to the word entrepreneurship. We have always grown up seeing fishmongers, fish vendors, vegetable sellers, all of them managing themselves. They are true entrepreneurs.
Now, when I'm sitting here or in a, addressing an audience like you, sitting from with this panel, somebody should not be mistaken that this is something unique. I am primarily not an entrepreneur. I joined a family of entrepreneurs. My background is truly academic, and I come from Trivandrum. I got married to a family where my father-in-law is a hardcore entrepreneur. After coming here, the family supported me. So I tell all my students, see, somehow we say that, okay, in-laws are a problem, this and that. Depends on how you manage them as well, how you treat them as well. So the house that I came in is into doing business. And my father-in-law, Dr. J.P. Nair sir, he started this institution called SEMS. Then it was just School of Communication Management Studies, SEMS. I am a lover of reading and truly passionate about teaching right from college days. So these two connected well. Luckily, I would say, I was destined to come to Cochin to do this job. And there, this is my 33rd year in the college. There, we find a lot of girls, especially recently we find a lot of girls, divorced girls, coming to college for pursuing higher studies. We motivate every girl. No, we say you might belong to the richest of the family. You may have hordes of money, it's okay. But once you start earning on your own, it changes altogether. You're providing employment to just one person, perfect. But still, that spark in you that, okay, the money that I gave you goes to her house, to her children, to the school bus, to the school fees, to the food, everything gives you more confidence. So it remains within you. We are all born multitaskers. Take our childhood. We juggled many things together. So those are our plus points. Let us not say that, okay, the underprivileged women. No, we do not belong there. Never. I do not know who brought in these words. We do not, I've visited remote villages in North India where the women are very strong. They have no education, but they are financially literate. They are very strong. They are very bold. They don't care. I mean, their husbands could be drunkards or into all sorts of things, but they are strong. So when they can be strong, why can't we? All of us can. See, luckily in Kerala, all of us are educated. Thankfully, we must appreciate, no matter which government, I do not know any of those, but we are educated. So education, so we have that. Plus, if we get some support, now in my case, it's my in-laws. My parents, of course, they added, supported, of course, but it's my in-laws. And here, to answer your question, for entrepreneurship for social upliftment, employment opportunities are there in plenty. I do not believe in this, in what people say that there is no job. There is job. Until and unless you tap that potential of yours and convert that into a possibility, employment will not come to you. Look at all these people here. None of us had a bed of roses. None of us. Thorns were all throughout our way. Always. But we just didn't care. Am I right? Challenges were there throughout. Even every day. Today also we have challenges. It's there throughout. But learn to, trample these and then move ahead. That is what I have to tell you.
But ma'am, as a director of educational institutions, what are the biggest challenges you have faced in fostering an entrepreneurial mindset among students?
Parents.
Particularly women. Parents, is it? My God, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Parents are very skeptical about both boys and girls taking up entrepreneurship. And they say that, okay, what if it fails? So we tell our story to all of them. There have been many failures. It's not that everybody says you learn from failures. But, the second attempt, with the second attempt, you should learn what the first failure was. What was the reason? It's not like failing again and again and again. No. So it is the parents'
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Exactly what
The mindset should change.
Yeah.
Yes.
But how do you address this in the college? So do you have like a specific script or a vision that you want to?
No. What we do is, yes, Parveen has come to my college, ma'am has come to my college. We bring in entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs. We have a week for women entrepreneurs itself. So all of them come and address girls. So it is a semi-formal way so that everybody can be open. So that language is not a barrier, because there are students from, we have degree, engineering, all the departments are there. So there are children who might not be able to articulate so well. So semi-formal or rather informal. And I think, Parveen, twice or thrice you've been there, ma'am, you were there in January. Yeah. So discussions with people like who have made it big. But mind you, they all tell their failures too.
Sorry?
They all tell their failures. Just like I said, just like she said, just like, all of them said, we tell our failures also because we have bounced back. That would be the, what is a capsule or something, in nutshell, absolutely. That's a nutshell, yeah.
Thank you. I'll definitely come back to you. I have more questions for you, definitely. But Lakshmi ma'am, you're definitely the crowd puller here. As a seasoned educator in law, how do you believe legal education can empower women entrepreneurs?
You mean legal education?
Yes. How do you think can empower women entrepreneurs? I had a discussion with Nazneen today morning about the same. But yes, as she rightly said, do you want to put across this point? You spoke to me in the morning.
I was just having a casual chat with Nilofa, who's also a good friend of mine. So I was telling her regarding how much legal awareness, you're talking about that point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. How much legal awareness we also heard the keynote speaker talk about a lot of provisions and support that the government itself have for a lady and individual, but how much of it is known, how much is it exercised or used. And I'll also go into the legal aspect of it when a person is talking about succession planning or legal awareness of their a community, a workplace, a posh, even aware that there is a posh committee in office where any kind of harassment can be reported and it will be taken very seriously. So I believe that there is just as important as financial planning and financial independence. It's very important when you're living in a country to know the law that supports oneself and any advantage that you can have as a lady if it is there to be used and to be aware of it, even not exercised.
Yeah, you would be able to contribute more.
Yeah, it's like legal awareness. The basic things, like legal awareness in the sense, we have a lot of laws. The basic thing is we have a constitution. That's a basic law. That is equal for all, men and women. And apart from that, we have some privileges. Like women have special laws protecting them. Though everyone is like equality of men and women and the law. But we have special laws. That is very important. And but normally speaking, only those who are learned in that area knows much about all these things. But
awareness, the lack of
awareness is there. But these days, legal awareness camps are being conducted by colleges itself in different areas. Like legal aid clinics are there. Awareness programs are being conducted in the auspices of the courts itself.
Yeah. But given your extensive experience in both legal education and media, could you discuss the unique challenges women faces in these fields?
ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയാനാണെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ച് കൂടുതൽ പറയാനാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരുപാട് ചാലഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ട് ലേഡീസിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം. ആൻഡ് വർക്ക് പ്ലേസ് ഹറാസ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇസ് വൺ ഏരിയ വിച്ച് യു മെൻഷൻഡ്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചും ഒരുപാട് അറിയില്ല പല ആൾക്കാർക്കും. പക്ഷേ ഇപ്പോൾ പറയുന്നത് വെച്ചാൽ ഈച്ച് വർക്ക് പ്ലേസ് ഷുഡ് ഹാവ് ഈ ഒരു എന്താ പറയുക, ഒരു കമ്മിറ്റി ഹാസ് ടു ബി ദർ സോ ദാറ്റ് ദേ ക്യാൻ അഡ്രസ് ദ പ്രോബ്ലംസ്. അതിനെ ടേക്കപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. അപ്പം എല്ലാം പറഞ്ഞാലും ആൾക്കാരെ മുന്നിലേക്ക് വരാൻ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്. സ്ത്രീകൾ വന്ന് കംപ്ലയിൻറ്റ് രജിസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുക, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട്. ആൻഡ് കംപ്ലയിൻറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ തന്നെ അവരെ വേറെ രീതിയിലുള്ള ഹറാസ്മെൻറ്റ്സ് ഉണ്ടാകും. അവർക്ക് ആ ജോബിൽ ആ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഏരിയയിൽ ചിലപ്പോൾ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റണം എന്നില്ല. നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ വളരെ ക്ലീഷയായിട്ട് പറയാം, ദർ ഇസ് ഇക്വാലിറ്റി, ദർ ഇസ് ദാറ്റ് ദിസ് എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. എല്ലാ അവയർനെസ്സും ഉണ്ട്, എല്ലാം ഉണ്ട്, എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും കിട്ടും. നമുക്ക് പരാതി പറയാൻ സെൽസ് ഉണ്ട്.
ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും ആര് വരുന്നു, എല്ലാവർക്കും വർക്ക് ഈസ് മോർ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ്. എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഒരു ജോലി അത് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്ത് പോവുക. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു മെയിൽ ഡോമിനൻസ് ഈസ് ഓൾവേസ് ദർ, ആ ജെൻഡർ ഇൻഇക്വാലിറ്റി ഈസ് ഓൾവേസ് ദർ. നമ്മൾ വി സ്പീക്ക് ലോട്ട്സ് അബൌട്ട് ജെൻഡർ ഇക്വാലിറ്റി ആൻഡ് തിങ്സ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ്, ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് ഓൾ ദർ. ഇത് എത്ര വലിയ പുരോഗതി പറഞ്ഞാലും അതൊന്നും മാറുന്നില്ല. ആണുങ്ങളും പെണ്ണുങ്ങളും ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോമിൽ തന്നെയാണ് നിൽക്കുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ മാൻസ് വേൾഡ് ഇറ്റ് സെൽഫ്. അത് പിന്നെ ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ കുറേ ആൾക്കാർ വി ആർ കമ്മിങ് ഫോർവേഡ് ഒരുപാട്, പക്ഷേ എത്ര പേര് വരുന്നു? ഇറ്റ്സ് ജസ്റ്റ് എ മൈനോറിറ്റി. വി സേ ദാറ്റ് എല്ലാവരും സ്ട്രോങ് ആണ്, ബിഗ് ആണ്, സംഭവമാണെന്ന് പറയുന്നു. കഴിവുണ്ട്, ഇല്ലയെന്ന് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നില്ല. ഈച്ച് വിമൻ ഈസ് സ്ട്രോങ്, ബട്ട് അറ്റ് ദ സെയിം ടൈം അതൊരു സ്ട്രെങ്ത് എന്നൊന്നും പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. പക്ഷേ ആ ഒരു സ്ട്രെങ്ത് മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുവരണമെങ്കിൽ ഒരുപാട് സപ്പോർട്ട് സിസ്റ്റം വേണം. വി ആർ ഓൾ പ്രിവിലേജ്ഡ് വൺസ്. നമുക്കെല്ലാവരും സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്, ഫാമിലീസ് ദർ, ആൻഡ് വി മൂവ് അറൗണ്ട് എ സൊസൈറ്റി. അവിടെ നമുക്ക് വലിയ ഡിസ്ക്രിമിനേഷനോ വലിയ എന്താ പറയുക ക്രിറ്റിസിസം ഒന്നും ഫേസ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരാറില്ല. കുറച്ചൊക്കെ വന്നാലും വി ആർ ബോൾഡ് ഇനഫ് ടു ഫേസ് ദാറ്റ് ഓൾസോ. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദർ. ബട്ട് അല്ലാണ്ട് തന്നെ കഴിവുള്ള ഇഷ്ടംപോലെ ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു വർക്ക് പ്ലേസിൽ ചെന്നിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവിടെ ഒരു സീനിയർ സുപ്പീരിയർ ഓഫീസർ മിസ്ബിഹേവ്സ് ഓർ ടേക്ക് അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് ഓഫ് ദ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ, അവർക്ക് എന്തെങ്കിലും കാര്യം നടക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ആളെ പ്ലേസ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞാൽ അവർക്കത് പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനോ അവർക്കൊരു പരാതി, ഓക്കെ ദേ ഓൾസോ നോ ഇവിടെ ഒരു പരാതി പരിഹാര സെല്ലുണ്ട്, അവിടെ ചെന്ന് കംപ്ലൈൻറ്റ് പറയാം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ദേ വോണ്ട് കം ഫോർവേഡ്. It is difficult.
The lack of awareness of a legal
awareness is still there, but it's not.
As I believe, lack of comfort.
Yes.
They feel that
that's not lack of awareness.
Used against them later.
Awareness ഒക്കെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഏകദേശം എല്ലാവർക്കും ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറയാം. ഇല്ലാത്തവർക്കൊന്നും പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാനും ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്. But who will come forward എന്നുള്ള question? They will be singled out finally. That is it. എല്ലാവരും സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് മുന്നേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരും. But at one stage, all of them will back out. പിന്നെ നമ്മൾ ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ ഫൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ. That is the real story. സോ എനിക്ക് ഇപ്പം എന്താ പറയുക, നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും അവയറായിട്ട് അത്രയും വലിയ സംഭവം ആണെങ്കിൽ പോലും.
Exactly what I said. See, we speak about empowered women, successful, all that. But finally, with due respect to all the men here, it is a man's world, right? We know that we complement each other. Men have their positiveness, we women have. But as women, we need that outreach thing to give us more support, right? That is what I said. And that only, I think, the government, the men, the whole society, us women support each other. I think we women are the main enemies of us women itself. That is the truth. That is the truth. So I think that should stop. It should glorify. And today, because empowerment and entrepreneurship for women is glorified and spoken about, why should a woman come into entrepreneurship? Why? For what reason? Why should a woman get out into fields like all of them, like all of us? No, it's too difficult. It's too hard. You're working 20 hours a day, right? We're like, for what reason? That is what I said. It's a big, huge question. I've been working for 30 years and it's definitely not easy. It's definitely. So I think it is a... Sorry.
No, now that we are on this topic, in what ways do you think a male allies can support and promote women's entrepreneurship?
I didn't get you. Can you repeat once again?
No, Asin, we are on this topic. How do you think a man can support or come forward and support?
See, first and foremost is women to be accepted, right? That acceptance has to be there. It starts from your own house, your own society, your own place, your own country. Like I was working, I'm like 30 years now, been in Cochin, 31 years. I got acceptance after 20 years. And I was not accepted by here. I got accepted by the Fortune 500 companies in the US government. Till then, nobody knew who I was. My husband was like, he's a lab surgeon. He was like running world around. And I'm sure all of us. So, but I was like taken aback when I got acceptance from there. Then slowly, I think it's only been a few years in entrepreneurship and everything has been spoken about. Women have been glorified. Adinu mumba, we were just working. Hospital poa, തിരിച്ചു വരിക, schools poa, colleges poa, സംസാരിക്കുക. That is all what was happening. So I said there is a lot of effort to be done by the government, by the society, by the media. I always say the media, you can make a person, you can kill a person, right? So I think girls, it's ma'am also knows, it's not only going to college. It's that street smartness. It's that you can ask her stories, what stories she has gone through in her life. And she is sitting there as an empowered woman. So that's not a joke. It's not easy at all. We women, we need a lot of support and help also. I'm not saying in financial or anything. That mental support has to be there. That acceptance, like what Ajit is doing. He's like, putting all of us here and speaking about it. So it is very important, and especially for the next generation, new entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are working women who are, it's not only for entrepreneurs. I think women as a whole, we need a lot of support. That's what. I don't know how, what, and all those things. That has to be researched and studied and everything. Yes, thank you.
And male support is a must. Okay. And അത് വേറെയും പല കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്. ഇപ്പോൾ I came from one field. Okay, I'm now running in another area. എനിക്ക് പ്രശ്നമില്ല ബിക്കോസ് മീഡിയ അറ്റാക്ക് എല്ലാം ഒരുപാട് കിട്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ആളുമാണ് ഞാൻ. യു എസ് മെൻഷനിങ് അബൌട്ട് മീഡിയ. മീഡിയ സപ്പോർട്ട് ഈസ് ഓൾസോ നീഡഡ്. ആൻഡ് എനിക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ രണ്ട് വശവുമുള്ള അറിയുന്ന ഒരാളാണ്. ദറ്റ് ഈസ് വൺ ടൈം ഇറ്റ് വാസ് ഗ്ലോറിഫൈഡ്, നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം അതേപോലെ താഴേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നു, ആൻഡ് എഗെയിൻ കമ്മിങ് അപ്പ്. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ലൈക്ക് ഒരു താഴ്ച, ഒരു ഉയർച്ച. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഗോയിങ് ഡൗൺ, കമ്മിങ് ബാക്ക്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊരു വലിയ സ്ട്രഗിളാണ്. അത് എത്ര എഡ്യൂക്കേറ്റഡ് ആണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാലും ഏത് ഫീൽഡിൽ നമ്മൾ നിൽക്കുന്നു, ജസ്റ്റ് ബിക്കോസ് ഐ വാസ് എ ലേഡി. Okay, I had to face so many challenges. If it was a man, it's different.
Everything sitting here, I'm sure they've had their own challenges.
Yes.
In our journey.
No, men also go through it. I'm not saying men don't go through it. But for women, all of us, it's one step extra. That's what we need. One step extra. No. Like, see, what is the problem in you traveling, coming up and down? See, for us, it's just work, family, right? Friends, society, and all these things. So it's the same for everybody.
It's multitasking.
I can be extremely honest. I can say a personal story here. എനിക്ക് പർവേസ് മാമിനെ നേരത്തെ അറിയില്ലായിരുന്നു. But I think about 10 years back, I remember probably interacting with a group of people, and suddenly they said, oh, ഇത് ഡോക്ടർ ഹഫീസിൻ്റെ വൈഫ് പർവീൻ ഹഫീസിനെ ഫോളോ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള പാത്താ തോന്നുന്നുണ്ടെന്ന്. It sounded like as if I was doing something wrong. That's exactly when I decided, no, who is that? And I understood your profile, and I knew the fact that, no, I was taking the right path. Back then, I think whatever we did, like how you said, ippana entrepreneurship, your celebration, thanks to Unique Times for bringing all these platforms. And I think it's our first, the Women Conclave conducted by Unique Times, right? So it's great we're having platforms like this. But at that very point, I know how I have personally faced that successful women adakam, they were not very keen on celebrating. But today, I think it's great. We're bringing out our stories. We're bringing out the challenges we have faced. We're bringing a lot of hardship that we have faced in the beginning, putting across to inspire a lot of people. So now just a common question to everyone. Is there a way for, like, how can women entrepreneurs measure their impact and success beyond financial metrics? Beyond financial, like how you said, you love numbers, but is there a way that we could measure? Is there a metrics that we can measure that entrepreneurs and success?
Money is important. I'm not saying money and business is not important. Definitely it's important. But more than that, I think most of us are mothers, right? Sisters, why we have a lot of that satisfaction in our mind. For me, let us speak very specifically about healthcare. I think it's one of the most beautiful things to be in. I'm sure all of your industries are out of world. Like ma'am said, education, it's next to God. Like even doctors next to God. So for us, it's like we work. I love to work. Even at 3 o'clock, I get a call and a patient says, can I come and see? I got a call last week, 12:30, one patient called, can I see Dr. Hafiz? I was sitting in office. Happily, I sit at 2 till 2 because that's my peace time. No, there's no compelling. If I want to, it's up to me. And I can drive back home at 2. Nobody says anything. And I'm totally protected because I'm sure the whole locality is also watching me when I'm going home. I'm very safe. And this person, I spoke to that patient. I said, okay, you'll get an appointment. And then I finally asked her, how come 12:30 at night you're calling? She said, I wanted to see Dr. Hafiz. So see, I can take it in a different perspective. I can say, oh my God, why is she calling it? But imagine that person in pain, calling at 12:30 at night. Imagine her stress. And if I don't understand that, then I should not be in this industry. If I don't have that empathy, I should not be there. So it is not only money. How much can you eat? This much? What can you maximum hold? You can hold a Louis Vuitton bag, or you can wear a Rolex, or whatever it is. After this, there's nothing. So there's a lot of satisfaction. I think for us women, if for madam, it's to see a pretty bride. I think that's the most beautiful gift in the world. Yes, of course, money is also important. I'm not saying it's not important. But we all do a lot of charity also, right? Like, look at your work. That's what I said.
So for us, I think for us women, and I'm sure for men also, but for women, I think it's one step extra. We love what we do. Isn't it? What you are into media and you can understand, right? It's not only that money or the fame part or anything like that. That's what I feel. I think more bigger, greater people will speak about it.
Hats off to you, ma'am, Kalpana. Ma'am, you actually came up with a concept of funeral salon. How innovative and how advanced it is. I hope the society is receptive enough. No, exactly. I think a pre-booking is required. Let me be the first then. So I think I'll take it up one by one. We'll start off with Nazneen. I want to come and I want to ask you certain questions regarding your challenges and your journey in Nest. So as Nest has focused on digital technologies under your guidance, what impact do you think these technologies have on empowering women within your industry?
Thank you, Nilofer, for the question. So if you look at generally women, so my organization, the Nest Digital, the software part of the Nest Group. So if you look at it, we've got, like I said before, we have got 43% of women. So I hold it very proud, because there is a lady CEO who they have. So I've always been very accessible to the people so that a comfortable environment for working is always available, always a hearing, somebody there to be. As even today, we are very passionate about our work and, so we always want to be available, that's one thing. So if you look at, just tag along with your previous question. So when I say, as a result of a business or running an entrepreneurship or a company or being an entrepreneur, I think the barriers and the matrices are all the same, whether you're a man or a woman. All right. So the purpose of doing the business, the success ratio, the impact you do on business are all the same. But you can also look at people like Nika and the unicorn that she built. She started that off at age of 46. She was a banker, and then she moved into a wellness e-commerce brand and very successful at it too. So I think at Nest we believe in making sure we have a very close alignment with the market, what the market needs, and aid and create solution that aids that growth part of it. So if you look at it now, it's definitely the world of AI, generative AI, machine learning, where even young ladies has to be very much aware of how these concepts or advancement in technology makes their solutioning in their own set of work easier. How they can use that to make their life better or easier or even start business. I think the single most challenge that I face or I see a lot of female, employees or fellow leaders I've interacted with is sustainability and scalability when it comes to women.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, because, they might start with a great vision, but, when life takes on, it could be a family, it could be a constraint and, not relevant to the business. So, all this is something that could deviate your life vision. And then how you get up from there and sustain it and build it to that common goal takes a lot of effort and drive. So that is one thing that, I see commonly seen when it comes to ladies not rising up to
the prioritize change, you may.
See, I look at my direct numbers of leadership. I might have 20% of female leaders to 80% of male leaders, all CXO levels and VPs or president level employees.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Maybe in my organization as well. I think when we particularly recruit certain C levels and all that, I tend to prefer men is only because I still believe the fact that the women tend to dilute their vision on their journey forward. I think their priorities change, or I keep trying to empower them, saying that, you got to design your life. This is very temporary. You got to come back to the organization, understanding where your priorities are. Your financial dependency might increase. But having said that, a society also have a way of functioning.
Yes. It's very difficult for, I appreciate Parveen ma'am saying that, she's able to spend that kind of time, maybe it gives her advantage of where her sort of family goes and because they're, grown up a little more. So when you have younger kids, when you feel a sense of guilt, whether you're balancing it in the right way, whether are you spending enough time, all this comes into this debating, multifaceted, different hands that you need to have to balance it all. So I think, but I think we have broken a lot of glass ceilings over the last 5 to 6 years last 10 years. There's been a lot of progress in the way how women leadership is seen. And I think a lot more acceptance to all these now, and more support comes from. Definitely, you need support. You need an ecosystem, rather.
Yeah, true.
It
You
could
design your
ecosystem. It could come from your own home, the organization you're working on, and it goes up to whichever is the highest facility available. But definitely, unless there's an ecosystem, where is networking, there's collaboration, there is no more the concept of building everything from scratch. You have a concept of networking, you collaborate, and you bring out the best together. So I think it's all collaboration, networking, Nilofer. That's what it is.
Sorry to interrupt. One thing what I want to tell you is I also went through this. Having 3 girls at home is not a joke. And like my husband is like, he's like on the move. Like he'll disappear in seconds. And so that's it. And that's what he loves.
It's a phase.
That's what he loves doing. And he's always helping out a patient, whatever it is, and this thing. And so, and I love my job. Like someone was just asking me to last week, saying that, oh, madam, you're a mother, you're a grandmother. That's all your life is about now. I said, what are you saying? Excuse me, I may be 52, 53, but my work is very important. My family is very important. My like friends are very important, and everything is very important. My social commitments are very important. I'll go on like this till I'm 90. Okay, that's what I believe in. I'll be like this as much. I may drop dead sometime, but that doesn't matter. But till then, I'll be working. One is that. And one thing I want to tell you, all the women here, is one tip. I heard a beautiful woman speaking, Jiji Mammen, CEO of Manorama Online, many years back at a function organized by KMA, Kerala Management Association. She came on stage and she said very beautifully, she said, dear women, it's the quality of time you spend with your children. It's not the quantity of time. See, by God's grace, our children are all well looked after. So she said, not to leave them alone, but she said, spend quality time. I repeat, it's spend quality time with them.
Yeah, hence so said that you need an ecosystem in sports.
Absolutely. That is what. So that's from that day onwards, I stopped feeling guilty for my girls. I do the best for them, and I leave it. And by God's grace, they are like, touch wood, they're okay. That's it. Thank you.
And we as leaders sitting here has got a great impact on young minds and talents here today. And we have to set example, aspire them and inspire them to say that, okay, it is tough, but you can get there once you are. I think that should be a goal that we set, rather like, obviously it's not bed of roses, but like, if you are able to inspire one person, it's great.
I think challenges, or the nature of challenges for all of us, is the same. Must be the magnitude, might be different. I think we should focus on probably giving solutions, or the solutions you think could help the future, mindset and the girls sitting here. Because I can also go on saying that, I've never had support at this phase. I started building my own ecosystem. I've designed my own life. I'm more financially independent right now. I still have people who don't probably understand what work ethics are, or, professionalism and all that. I think we all face exactly the same challenges in different magnitude. But I think we should probably focus on solutions here. So coming back to Nasdeen, I'm just trying to finish one by one, because people come from different industry here. So the information technology, I think Nest Group, coming back to you, how do you leverage your engineering background in these strategies?
The educational background, you mean?
Yeah, you could say that, yeah. But engineering background per se, Manasan in particular, has it helped?
Absolutely, it helps when you know that what you are discussing or what you are coming at. But one thing that I have to say is every day is learning. It's a constant learning phase. So I would have done my engineering 15 years back. The basic norms stay the same, but how you do business have changed. So adapting and constant learning would be the key. And that's something that we try to, emphasize and re-emphasize with positive affirmation all the time. So we are an organization, we would like to keep it lean at the top and have maximum interactions, talk to young minds and get it out of them, what drives them. Because no longer we have got employees staying over for 5, 10, 15 years. What drives them is completely changed. And I don't know if it's thanks to COVID or no thanks to COVID. What has happened is the software industry has completely changed the way in which they operate. Even today, I can't get my 100% workforce in one room, post-COVID. It's just been hybrid. It's been half online, half in person. So it's absolutely changed the way in which we do business. And I don't even if I'm a person who personally advocate for having human interactions, because no sense of human interactions and connectivity can be overcome for AI or generative AI or anything. It aids your business. I don't want it to take over business. So even today, I believe when we do meetings, we still feel a lack of communication. It's basically going from one online meeting to the next with no time to think over it. So, software industry today has become very, very monotonous in a lot of ways, and they do, at least the senior management, is one meeting after the other.
I'm still learning the art of having to close certain meetings online. No, I think I still need that human interaction. I still need to gauge the person sitting opposite to me.
How do you do a CXO level interview without actually seeing the person? I still can't do it, and I find a lot of my hires during COVID, I'm rethinking about it. So it is such a huge challenge when it comes to people attitude in the software industry.
I have a standard dialogue to my team whenever they bring up these meetings online. I'm saying I'm technologically retarded. I am completely technologically retarded. I understand the importance of
it. When I say digital transformation and being part of it, I can't say that.
It was a hint. Okay. You're actively involved in CSR and educational initiatives alongside your executive responsibilities. How do you balance these roles? You've already answered it, but...
I'll just keep it short so that others can also contribute. See, the next CSR, obviously you have a CSR for the organization as a whole, but I was part of creating a CSR for very much specific to our own software unit, which we call it as Nehakuda, which we set it up specifically to help our own employees who comes with an immediate need of a medical help. It can start from the drivers, the securities, housekeeping staff, and anyone upward, but it is specifically set up so that we are hold and we're close to our own employees first. We're very passionate about our employees. If Parveen ma'am would recall, I have called her at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock when one of my employees had an accident and they were rushed to her hospital first. So that was one initiative we have, and we constantly have, Snehakoda has got two primary objectives. It is to take care of women, not empowerment, anybody with harassment or uplifting, and with children with disabilities. I personally am associated with that cause due to a few of my own personal challenges. So I have a special alignment towards that cause.
So you believe it's important for leaders, particularly women, to engage in social responsibilities?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have one monthly activity under this. I say don't force anyone, because empathy comes from within. You can't get anybody to be empathetic. So don't force. Whoever comes, come. But, maybe it might be an orphanage. You go, and when we look at orphanages, they keep asking, don't send us money. Can you please come in person and be with the team for some time? So I think it is giving back to the society comes naturally from oneself. And I don't even believe it is like, calling it a CSR. Basically something that comes from within you. And thankfully, with the support of a good team in office, we've been able to do small but impactful activities.
What's your advice to women navigating similar paths?
In software?
Yes.
I think it is a common thing across, not just in IT, but in anything. It is about, it is not going to be an easy thing. You're going to have 100 people critiquing you, saying, okay, you're not doing that role well, you're not doing role. I'm privileged. She says that her in-laws are a motivation, to get where she is. So it is about the goal that you set for yourself. It is about whether you are able to, thrive through it. It could be, it's not hard. It is about, do you want to get there? Is that one thing that gives you sleepless nights? What is that North Star that you have? And, that's where, and not getting there and ensuring that they're trending well towards it. You might not achieve the whole thing, but you hear saying, right? If you wish for the mountains, you settle for the hills. So, but still keep aiming high. And, I've been very fortunate in that aspect. The leader that my father is and the example that he set. And, again, going back to what Parveen ma'am said, I was never told you're a girl, don't do this. So, so I think it is about having that fixed goal and creating a support system for yourself to make sure that your value set straight, and any day you're going to be critiqued. But so set your goal high and be happy about what you achieve.
Thank you. Yes, Devika, Shreya. So did you face any challenges when leading digital transformation in an established company?
Yes,
you're younger. I'm sure. But
it's super difficult. I mean, we're a 100-year-old company, still used to having a lot of papers around. So when I came into the picture, I was like, the world has moved on. I think it's high time we move on too. But of course, like I said earlier, that resistance was always there. But yeah, we are doing well now. Media is one such industry. It's super dynamic, like changes every second. A lot of things are happening, so it's difficult. It's really important for us to keep up with that. And sometimes some of these decisions you just have to enforce it and get it done. Especially with that 100 years of history is definitely it's a good thing. At the same time, it has its baggage as well.
Do you think there would be not much people being receptive to your strategies? That's been
no, not really. I mean, as of now, it's all good. But initially, of course, there was that sort of resistance. I think whenever you do try to bring in change anywhere, initially, obviously, the resistance is going to be there. But it's about how you overcome and ensure that people also understand why.
You take your time.
Yeah.
So what lessons can young female entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
I think just keep going at it. Don't give up. Work hard. I think you need to be super passionate about what you do. Otherwise you're not going to be happy. So work hard. Be super passionate about it. And before you do anything, know that ensure that you really, really learn, you study, you keep learning every day, and you should know what you're doing.
I have a very curious question to everyone here. As much as I'm listening to you all, do you really think after a particular stage, you just don't understand challenges? It's more or less, you're facing it, you're solving it, you're going forward. So I think it's only in certain platforms like this, I rewind my challenges, and then you understand you've come a long way. Do you think so?
I think you're just used to it now. I mean, it comes every day, yeah.
So you're noted for blending innovations with tradition in your leadership approach. Can you describe how this balance has influenced your strategies in media and helped maintain Mathrubhumi's relevance in digital age?
Yeah, so, the newspaper has always been the bread and butter of the company. And, people are reading less nowadays, so it's important to get into spaces where you still have a connect with an audience, which is why we were slowly moving into we're moving into the entertainment space as well, because it's important to stay connected with the younger audience as well. So I think we have a brand called Kappa, so we produce a lot of music, and we produce a lot of good content also. So we're getting into that space to stay connected to our audience, engage more younger audiences. So through entertainment, we're doing that as of now, and that's something that's been going really good.
So what's your approach in empowering women within your organization?
The funny thing is, in our boardroom, there was never a toilet for women. There was only a toilet for men in our boardroom. But now, half the board is filled with women. So I think Mathrubhumi's come a long way.
Just one toilet was all that required. But yeah, I know. Maybe littlest things might not be noticed, and there might be one leader who understands that, and it might just change the whole equation of everyone around. I understand.
Yeah, but compared to that, we've come a really, really long way.
So what skills do you believe are crucial for women entering the media industry today?
For men or for women, I think it's the same thing. You need to stay updated. You need to know what's going on around the world, because the consumers' tastes are changing so often. It changes every second. It's important to keep up with that, and it's important to create content which is interesting enough for people in all aspects.
I would like to add to that because I got employed as a branding and communication manager in Madhuribhumi by her father. So I was just an engineering graduate. I never had an MBA or anything. So I asked him, see, I have no qualification to do this branding and communication. And her father told me, it is about your quality and your interest. What is I'm going to get you, I'm going to employ you. It is not about the education qualification you have. It is about the quality. I was just an IT graduate. I was working as a software engineer while I joined her company. So I can add on to that, definitely. The forward thinking of a father, definitely I must add to it.
I'll just come back to you and just you got my attention. So I'm just asking, in your experience as a distinguished lawyer, what are some of the most common legal barriers hindering the progress of women entrepreneurs in Kerala?
I think ma'am understands or can add a better portion to it, Lakshmi ma'am, because I'm seeing this every day in my life that if a woman, I hate to address as a lady lawyer, but if a lady lawyer presents her case before any judge, I have seen other lawyers saying, wow, she is very smart. It is not about the content she is presenting. It is not about how much she studied about the topic. It is not about the depth of her knowledge. It is about her style and her presentation skills. Maybe her language, maybe the way she dressed up or whatever. So that is the biggest challenge I think we lady lawyers face at court. But I must say, for any woman, whether a working woman, whether an entrepreneur or a housewife, every day is a challenge. Because when we all are at work, I'm not saying just me alone, when we all are at work, we do 1,000 things in our mind, at least 100, like what should we do for lunch? What should be the dinner, or what I have to Swiggy or to manage, how to next day what should be for lunch or for dinner, how to send my child to school, or many other things, whether their dress clothes are properly ironed, what my maid will be doing at home. So every day we are battling 100 things minimum, even we are at work. And as everybody said, നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും സ്ത്രീകൾ ചെയ്യുമ്പം it is double. See, to get, whether they are in politics, whether they are into business, whether they are in any profession, you have to do the double to get the same credit as men. And you might say a successful woman or a successful entrepreneur, you might get a lot of awards. Is that your the ultimate thing? No. It is just you are getting more experience, or you are becoming more exposure. That's it. Your struggle is always double than men. That is what I feel. Not only in law, in any business. Yeah.
No, I understand how difficult things are for you, because as in when you started off as a software engineer, and then you were with the Madhuribhumi group, and then you're an advocate, you're High Beaton's wife. You're in the eye of public, and I know personally, but I really feel your sense of humor should be celebrated, because that's something that should be, I really feel the world should know that. And you have a great sense of humor. And I also feel that must be something that's really helping you navigate.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
I think you're not losing yourself, and it's still anchoring to your values, and you still know what you're doing and believing in yourself. All that really helps.
End of the day, I want people to see me as a happy person. Of course, I'm a happy person, but I just want others to see me as a happy person. That's also important.
You definitely come across that way. Ma'am, with Kalpana Beauty School, you have trained over 2,000 students. How do you see education and skills training as a critical tool for empowering women?
See, when I came to Kerala first to start the parlor, there was not a single soul whom I could take as a worker in my parlor. Only I knew the business and nobody knew the business. Then how do I get people from Kerala? So I went to the fisher folks called me. I thought they were the poorest and they're street smart, And I went there, and my friends helped me to choose 4 or 5 girls from there. I got them there. And the parlor, for almost for 4 to 5 years, I did the main work, and I made them do all the, do the small works, getting water, clean the place, teaching them little bit at a time. You won't believe all those people whom I took, the fisher folk women whom I took from huts, now they own flats. They've sent their children they started their own parlors.
Economic independence, yes.
Own parlors. They've sent their children abroad for studies. And they write such lovely letters, I wish I could get it, to me, saying, you are our God. That's just so happy about it. I don't want to be a God of anybody, but I'm just saying, I'm so happy that when I die, I feel that I've helped a lot of people to come up in life. Like there's so many housewives, even rich people, when they're gone abroad, a lot of Gulf ladies are there who have done a course in my parlor. They see nowadays the husband and wife both have to work to have a good income in the house. And all the wives, ladies now like to work to do something to compensate for the income. So now what they do is they also have a small room in the house, a small parlor, or they go out to work small parlor. So the income comes quite a bit.
To contribute.
Yeah.
Yes,
but then they may not be educated just saying, but then they educate in this beauty business, which is very important. Now, see if a war takes place, for example, there are two things globally shops will have to be closed down, but beauty parlor will never be closed down. And also, the food industry will not be closed down. These two things are very essential for people, for cutting hair or threading. All these things are very, very important. So these two industries are very flourishing. Now many parlors are opened up. Millions of parlors are opened up on this occasion, and people are using it. All are doing well. And and from my thing, I've helped, got them married, helped a lot of things, charity work, everything I've done to bring them up. My biggest passion is people who have worked with me should come up in life. I've helped them,
What a leader they have. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Over the past 40 years, the beauty industry has undergone significant changes. Yeah. What strategies, apart from the funeral salon you said, have you employed to adapt and sustain Kalpana International Salon and Spa?
Yeah,
So what is that primary strategy that you bought or you've plugged into, how do you sustain your industry?
I've opened different branches, but with very well-trained staff who are loyal to me. Some are not loyal, they work under, I'm there, sometimes we're taken out, but they're very, very loyal staffs in the long process, but we being good to them, they become loyal to us, And I've got, in each parlor of mine, I've got 3 or 4 main staff like that. And I've got opportunities, and mainly it's given by God, I would say. God has helped me in so many fields, where I come up, and given me the opportunity to start in different fields. And for example, now I said, OT, Mithun Chakravarti was the biggest, one of the Hindi film fellow. And we had a lot of shooting there in that 5-star hotel. So he became a partner for my business for about 27 years we were doing together. And then Mysore also. And then Dubai, somebody came, gave to me. Cochin, different places have come. So with all these things he's set up, and I know that I can sit at home for a day or two, but I still don't sit at home like that. I go to each parlor every day to check up everything and to give them some positive feeling and, just to be, on a very comfortable level for them also, I'm accessible to them for any time, like that. It goes. Now the funeral parlor, I'm talking about the funeral parlor, it came towards end. I'm also old now. Now it's come towards, no, it has come to that level that, when people die, I got a lot of my friends who are 90 plus, and they all ask, I call them kochamas and all that, I call them, and then they all say, please don't forget to put makeup on my face when I die, Ashwati, please, they'll say. And so I want to, what I want now to do is, when people come, when their dead bodies are there, I want their coffins to be decorated well. They're lying in a platter of roses or flowers, and their face so cute. I did for a lady, very top lady, I don't want to mention. She was not that healthy, sick for a long time. She died, and I did a light makeup. See, it should not look that you have done a makeup like for going for some party. It should look natural. So I did that makeup for her. And when people came and saw her body, she said, my gosh, this lady looks so beautiful now. How did she have such a beautiful look when she's dead? She's not that beautiful when she was alive, Like that, when you see them go away from this world, they'll remember you as that. So let me give them satisfaction that I was there to do that for them, So somebody might do it for me, but no.
But has there been any technology advancement in your salon or in your industry, or do you personally have thought about some technology advancement to sustain your business?
Yeah, I was based in UK for 20 years, and I did my beauty course in USA. So I'm in touch with all the latest, latest things and latest, whatever is there, I bring it here. My staff is trained for that. So there's no different what you get in USA, people come and do that thing here, they say the treatment is better here. So many have told me that, So we get it across. I do that thing, all the PRO work, I do it, as long as I'm in. Then my daughter is taken over too now.
Okay.
She's also doing it. Dan Mont's also going to train her for that, So it should go on by God's grace,
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. I think, like how Advocate Anna said, you could contribute more on the legal side. From your perspective as a legal expert, are there any existing legal barriers that disproportionately affect female entrepreneurship in India?
See, legally speaking, there is no എന്താ പറയുക, ഒരു തടസ്സമൊന്നുമില്ല, മനസ്സിലായില്ലേ? ഒരു entrepreneurship അങ്ങനത്തെ ഒരു nothing like that. It's just to say, at women difference, male or female discrimination, nothing is there. The thing is the mindset.
It's a mindset.
You have to come forward, and you have to face challenges and accept challenges and go forward. That's the only thing.
Okay. So how do you advocate for gender-responsive policies that support women's economic empowerment?
You mean the mindset?
Or definitely, I think it's more or less കാരണം legal studies എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായിരിക്കുന്നത് legal നമ്മുടെ constitutionല് ലേഡീസും മെന്നൊന്നും വിചാരിച്ചിട്ടൊന്നും അല്ല. Definitely the mindset, it is a challenges that society bring. But as someone who is a legal expert and you are also a part of the media, any changes do you think that can be brought forward apart from awareness, or a contribution that you can make to empower women entrepreneurship?
See, what we have is the necessary laws are there.
എന്തെങ്കിലും legal sources എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ?
Sources അങ്ങനെ പറയാനില്ല. If you need something, you have all the support system. എങ്ങനെയാണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ legally speaking എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും ഉണ്ട്. You can just go forward. അത് pursue ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രം മതി. And you have, നമുക്ക് എന്താ ഇപ്പോൾ ലീഗലായിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു ലീഗൽ ആയിട്ടെല്ലാം അറിയണം എന്ന് തന്നെ ഇല്ല. You can approach a lawyer or somebody who is an expert in legal things. They can advise you, whoever comes forward as a business entrepreneur or whatever it is. Okay.
നാം നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ മൈൻഡ് സെറ്റ് തന്നെയാണ് ഇവിടെ പ്രോബ്ലം. നമുക്ക് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ നാസിം പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ അത് മുന്നിൽ വന്ന് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മളൊന്ന് സൈഡ് ലൈൻ ചെയ്യും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സിംഗിൾ ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യും എന്നുള്ളത് തന്നെയാണ് പ്രോബ്ലം. പക്ഷേ നമുക്കൊരു ലീഗൽ സപ്പോർട്ട് സിസ്റ്റം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ റിസോഴ്സസ് ദാറ്റ് യു ക്യാൻ സജസ്റ്റ് ഫോർ മേ ബി പ്രോബബ്ലി ടു വിമൻ ഹിയർ ഹു മൈറ്റ് face certain challenges forward. ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു സിസ്റ്റം
support system എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ it is just lawyers. That's all. Sorry, you have to approach a lawyer. That's all. There is no other system like that. You have to spend money. You have to meet a lawyer. You have to discuss your problem with them. Then you get the solution. That's all. അല്ലാണ്ട് ഒരു women entrepreneur അല്ലെങ്കിൽ entrepreneur അങ്ങനെ ഒരു അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി സ്പെഷ്യലായിട്ട് അവിടെ പോയി എന്തെങ്കിലും നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു ലീഗൽ thing ഒന്നുമില്ല. The law is equal for all, male or female. I mean, anybody can approach law. അത് നമുക്ക് ഡയറക്റ്റ് പോയി ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് we need the know-how, അല്ലേ? അല്ലാണ്ട് നമുക്കറിയണമെങ്കിൽ that is what the lawyers are for. അപ്പോൾ ആ ലോയറെ അപ്രോച്ച് ചെയ്യുക and he will do the need for he or she. Oh, it is. That's all.
I wish I had a sort of a background of understanding or more understanding of legal so that I can be specifically asking you certain questions.
Yeah,
legal. എനിക്കും മനസ്സിലായത് ഇത്രയാണ്. എന്തെങ്കിലും കാര്യം I myself could be unaware of a lot of legal issues. അപ്പം നമുക്കും ഒരു കമ്പനി റൺ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഒരു പോളിസീസ് സെറ്റപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം, ഒരു ഹാരസ്മെന്റ് പോളിസി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു certain, അത്രയും as a company owners, this is all what we can do.
Yeah,
and as leaders, we can probably bring in a certain fair play, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ unbiased understanding about certain situations, and ഒരു ലീഗൽ എസ്കലേഷൻസിലൊക്കെ വരാതിരിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഞങ്ങൾ ചില പോളിസീസ് വെക്കണം. പക്ഷെ there might be certain victims on the receiving end as women. നമ്മൾ മേലിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ ഇതൊന്നും അറിയണമെന്നില്ല. പക്ഷെ അവർക്കും എൻ്റെ കമ്പനിയിൽ ഇതിപ്പോൾ ഒരു മാം ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്ന ഒരു മൈൻഡ് സെറ്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സൊസൈറ്റീനെ ആലോചിക്കുക. അതൊരു കമ്പനിയുടെ ഉള്ളിൽ is there anything as owners can bring in certain law അല്ലെങ്കിൽ certain units or certain strategy എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല, certain policies?
അല്ല, ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് ദർ ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു കമ്പനി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അതിനകത്ത് കുറച്ച് റൂൾസ് ആൻഡ് റെഗുലേഷൻസ് യു ഹാവ് ടു ഫോളോ. അതിനാണല്ലോ ഇപ്പോൾ കമ്പനി ലോസ് അത് ഈച്ച് കാറ്റഗറി ഓഫ് ലോസ് അത് നമുക്കൊരു ബേസിക് കോൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷൻ ലോ ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറയുന്ന പോലെ ലേബർ ലോസ് ഉണ്ട്, കമ്പനി ലോസ് ഉണ്ട്, എവറിഥിങ് ഈസ് ദർ. ബട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു കമ്പനി സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു CEO അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങനെ ഒരാൾക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ എക്സ്പെർട്ടീസ് ഉണ്ടാവണം എന്നില്ല. സോ ദാറ്റ്സ് എ ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ഏരിയ. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ എക്സ്പേർട്സ് വിൽ ബി പുൾഡ് into the company. You will have a legal advisor in your company. He can advise you or she can advise you. എന്തൊക്കെ ഫോറംസ് ആണ് വേണ്ടത്, വാട്ട് പ്ലാറ്റ്ഫോംസ് യു നീഡ്, എന്ത് കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ പാലിച്ചു പോകേണ്ടത്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദർ. അതിന് ഇനി പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് നമ്മൾ ഓരോരുത്തരും ചെന്ന് പഠിക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഡിഫിക്കൽട്ട്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ ജനറൽ അവയർനെസ് ഉണ്ട്. അതാണ് നമ്മുടെ ലീഗൽ അവയർനെസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അത് സ്കൂൾ ലെവലിൽ, കോളേജ് ലെവലിൽ, പല കാറ്റഗറി ഓഫ് പ്രൊഫഷണൽ കോളേജസിലും ഒക്കെ എക്സ്ട്രാ ക്ലാസ്സസ് ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ടാവും.
I think it should be a bit of law should be a part of our curriculum. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു അവയർനെസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. We should all be aware about.
Maybe when they come and join us, I think an orientation program. Yes, ഇതും കൂടെ ഒരു ഭാഗമാക്കാം. Yes, we could definitely put that as one of our program. When somebody comes for an orientation,
Basic things. What you wanted to speak about is, I think even in Dubai and all, you have a single window system. See, when we wanted to start a hospital, we don't know what all rules, regulations, what are the things, and finally, absolutely. So either you employ a person who looks into all those verticals, but everybody cannot afford one. So I said, I think those are the things from the government side, it can be done. There should be a support, because everyone cannot, we cannot afford to appoint people, no? It's too expensive. So it is like a single window system. You want to open a cosmetology center, this. So you just go all those verticals, and that's when we all get into a big soup, and especially women. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I think I have a question for you. Ma'am, I definitely have been seeing a new hoardings of Sunrise. I think I personally can say that I love the creatives. Entrepreneurship in healthcare often requires balancing business acumen with a commitment to patient care, which you've already mentioned that you even pick up phone calls late in the night. How have you managed to uphold high service standards while also ensuring the growth and profitability of Sunrise Hospital Group?
Like I said, you look at everything, and I'm speaking on a very typically an entrepreneurial forefront, I know. And especially we in healthcare, we are not supposed to make profit, like education. You are not supposed to make profit. See that, but adana mindset. That is a mindset. You're always, a doctor is like a service. And if he drives a big car, then he's like a bourgeois, and hospital owners. But if I tell you, if you really want to make your money, that's not the business you have to do. Like for us, our USP was, when we started Sunrise Hospital Kakinad, was Dr. Hafiz Rahman. He was, when I got married to him also, I looked at it in that perspective. I'm not saying I looked at the money perspective or anything, but I wanted to have a good, sensible life. And I thought it's a very beautiful profession he's going to be in. And I love, like I said, I love numbers, and I love people also. And the first question what he asked me is, Parveen, you will be my second wife. My first wife is going to be my profession. And now it's more than 32 years. That's exactly what he's following. To check out if Dr. Hafiz, when he's back home, I call up the appointments and say, I check, Dr. Hafiz, another. So they'll say, Monday morning, madam, 9 o'clock OP. I'll say, when is the next OP? They'll say, 9 o'clock in the morning. So that is, they think I'm checking on them. Actually, I'm checking when my husband is coming home. See, either I can take it in a bad perspective or a good one. It's okay. He's helping out a lot of people. Maybe it's for money, it's for camps and all those things. So when we started Sunrise Hospital, Cochin, the first month we ran on a profit. From first month, by God's grace. Now we have 7 projects. See, profit is very important. But I think more than that, it is your system, the way you work, control over expenses. I know people won't agree to it. I still check every bill when I release a payment. It's like next to impossible. I don't know how much I'm going to manage again. So everybody's out there to kill me. But 30 years we have survived in this market. 30 years. So that's I think like finally it comes to everything dwindles down to money, right? And your HR and your efficiency and your systems and everything. So it has, like we look at, like we've started the rebranding. We've been having the same logo for the past 25 years. And I'm very happy my youngest daughter, Mariam, has come into pitching. If I'm Parveen Hafiz, she's Madam Mariam Hafiz. She's even more hardcore than me. So she came into the relaunch, and by God's grace, it's gone on very well. And like I said, in every industry, marketing is also the core. That's what I want to tell you, all of you, and especially the women. We all do business here in India, but we don't publicize, we don't market ourselves. I got an opportunity to go with the Fortune 500, and I was totally trained for 1 month in marketing. I went to companies run by women CEOs like Google, Spanx. I was with Johnson & Johnson. They only think of marketing and the product. Only think of marketing and product. Here in India, we think about accounts, we think about
regulatory hurdles.
Absolutely. That is, they had outsourced everything to Japan. So that's what I said. Marketing, letting people know, it is very important. And especially about the media also. We speak about all the negative things here, right? We have, Corona, then some other virus. Who wants to come to Kerala or India? Nobody wants to. We're killing our own business. So that's what I said. The whole ecosystem has to help us to get better and reach places. That is, I think, what we want to learn. Even if it's like, why should a child go to Singapore to study? Why can't they study in SCMS? Right? If I want a software, why cannot I buy it from Nest? That's the thing. If they want healthcare, I think Kerala is very good in healthcare now. So why not here? But people don't want to come here. That's what I said. So we have a lot of work to do. So that's better, because if we have lots to do, we have more prospective stuff to be there. Yes.
I have last one question. I think we need to wind up after that. What is that one piece of advice that you want to give for younger women entrepreneurs entering into health sector?
Oh yeah, it is the most beautiful profession to be. I know, with due respect to everything, it is so, so, so beautiful, because every person stepping into a hospital is with a lot of stress, even if it's to have a baby. And if you're, even that one fine touch, one fine smile, one fast service, it will take you to places. It will take you to places. I believe it's that greatness, like I've been in it for 30 years, and every moment I've enjoyed, and every night I sleep like a baby, because our vision was to bring a smile of good health on every face, and now we have revamped it to care beyond cure. So I really, really, really mean it. Like I said, even at 3 in the morning, anytime, 24/7, it's not only for money. We do a lot of CSR. Like we said, we do 30% Aishman in our hospital. Rich or poor, it is not a problem. Definitely we need money. Everybody needs money. But that is not it. Whatever people say, whatever it is, like every industry, this is very beautiful. And as a woman, I want to close off. It is because finally we are mothers, we are sisters, we are wives, we are friends, we are, like, again, now entrepreneurs, we are thugs, everything. That is all what we are. So it is the most beautiful industry. I would welcome you. And there is good money also there. There is good respect, because you're working in a hospital, always that care and love is given to you by people. Everyone accepts you very well. That's what I said. Welcome to the industry. Even though I said it's not a bed of roses, it's one of the most beautiful places to be in. It's like one big family. The whole team is like one big family. We all need to work together. So thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Is there any point that you want to put across, any one of us, to empower the women sitting here?
So finally, കാശ് വേണം കേട്ടോ. അതില്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കില്ല, നിങ്ങളും വരില്ല. So please understand, money is very important. Life ahead is, നേരത്തെ എല്ലാവരും പറഞ്ഞു, that അത് വളരെ ചാലഞ്ചിങ് ആണ്. But learn to enjoy that work. ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും, all of us are enjoying what we are doing. That's why we are sitting here. So when every student goes out of my college happily, അവരുടെ പാരൻസിനെയൊക്കെ കാണുമ്പോൾ ഭയങ്കര സന്തോഷമാണ്. അതൊന്നും ഇങ്ങനെ നമുക്കൊരു ഓഡിയൻസിൽ പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. ഒരു ഉള്ളിലൊരു വലിയ സം പാരൻസ് കം ആൻഡ് താങ്ക്, ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുൾ. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഫീലിംഗ് കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി എല്ലാവർക്കും all the best.
Thank you so much.
Well, this was a very, very fruitful discussion. Thank you so much for being a part of the dignitaries on the dais. I would love to thank Dr. Nilu for kindly consenting to, moderate the session. With every one of you present on stage, I would love to invite Dr. Ajit Rabi to please come over. He's the editor, Unique Times, to present Dr. Nilofer Sharif with a memento as a token of gratitude and appreciation from Team Pegasus. Let me now welcome Mrs. Jabita Ajit to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we know, we have come to the end of this session. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who contributed to its success and to all of you for joining today, especially in celebrating the remarkable achievements of women. Your support and participation have been invaluable. I wish you a day full of inspiration and fulfillment, inspired by the stories and successes of the incredible women we have honored today. Thank you once again for being an integral part of this special occasion. Thank you.